Good morning, everybody. This is our astrology weather forecast for the 29th of December, 2024, and it's a busy day. Astrologically, there's a lot going on. It's very, very multi layered. So, when we have these days, we are dealing with more complexity within ourselves and in the outside world because one is reflective of the other. So, multiple hard aspects going on, as well as Chiron turning direct. So, God, where to even start? Well, let's start with the moon. Moon does change signs into Capricorn kind of midday if you're in the east, 11:38 p.m. Eastern time. The moon is going to form a square to Neptune before it changes signs. So, the first part of the day can be lazy, clouded, confused. Because when we have difficulties from Moon to Neptune, we're dealing with sensitivity issues and with escapism. We have a hard time accepting what is because it may be out of tune with what we're emotionally prepared for. So we have the confusion of Neptune adding to what's going on until the moon does change signs into Capricorn. We get a bit more grounded as the day progresses. The other thing going on is a hard aspect between Mercury and Mars, and this can make it more difficult to get our point across without getting ourselves into trouble because we are not at our most sensitive when it comes to asserting our opinions or what we want, what's on our mind, and we are not the most nuanced either. Be careful about your delivery because the urgency that we feel, because our ego is involved, there's an urgency when the ego is involved. The urgency that we feel, the rightness that we we think that we've got going on, we can push harder to be heard. We can push our agenda. And it's in a way that is not inclusive, it's exclusive. So our opinions and our delivery, we can be right about some things, but we have to be careful about how we come across because we can end up working against ourselves. We can end up not getting the kind of agreement or the kind of help or the kind of whatever that we're so urgently after because we rubbed somebody the wrong way or we were just kind of a dick. So be careful about that amount of force. The other thing we've got going on is this, yeah, another minor aspect between Sun and Uranus. Oh boy, this is another one that has us feeling like, oh, you know what? I got it going on. And if other people don't like it, well, yeah, then just deal with it. And to some degree, that is a healthy attitude because it does help to preserve your autonomy. But if we are going overboard with that, we end up ostracized and then blaming other people because they don't understand how cool we are. And if they were as cool as we are, then they would be accepting us, blah, blah, blah. It's our ego that gets into it. So if we're pulling a James Dean, um, because this is seriously rebel without a cause day with these minor hard aspects. We can say what's on our mind and we can feel like we're the coolest dude in the room while we're doing it. And then the consequences can come down. We can feel kind of embarrassed the next day because we're drunk on ego. So the other thing going on is Chiron turns direct today. It's been retrograde since July 26th. July 26th. Yeah, July 26th. This has matters concerning healing really moving forward, and because we have these other minor aspects going on at the same time, we can feel like some of our band-aids are being ripped off. Be careful that you aren't ripping off others' band-aids because you think you know better and they should heal on your terms and in your way. There is an impatience in the air today. And with Chiron going direct, it can make it worse when it comes to us feeling like, I should have already been healed. Or, come on, divine creator. This is what I was saying this morning. Seriously, this is how awful I am. I'm all, come on, divine creator. I'm already ready. Seriously. More healing. Seriously. This is how our ego is kind of gets a little out of control. And we have to check ourselves. Like, okay, no, I understand I don't know everything. It's not my timing. I don't have all the answers. I will wait for instruction. We have to get with the program in terms of what's really good for us, because it's our own insistence and our own time and timing that we're really trying to move forward today. And that's right alongside healing, finally taking some of the front seat in our life. It's been in the back seat. It's been happening in the background as Chiron is retrograde, but now it comes to the foreground. Now we really are in a place where we can move forward with some of the lessons that we've learned. We can recognize how we have been scarred, how we have been hurt, what kinds of sensitivities are within us that might still need to be healed. It's the recognition of these things. We have forward movement. See, we received the cuts, we received the wounds as Chiron was retrograde. Now we start to sew it up, which also kind of hurts. Bandage it up, pull the bits of tissue together and put some staples on there. We're taking action. So we receive the wound during retrograde and we are more focused on healing it. At this point. Good morning, healing sounds. So really look at what are your triggers? What are your wounds? What is it that you need to sew up? And what kind of steps can you take to do that? What kind of healthy situations can you choose for yourself? What kind of healing people, situations, places, conditions can you willfully find because you know that they are good for you and that ultimately they do have your health, healing, and best interest at heart? All righty, guys, that's what I got. Talk to you later.